So you want to become a certified administrator in the state of California, um, and you're trying to find your way through all the confusion and all the information that can get very tedious and trying to determine how you become an administrator. So in this little short training, I'm going to give you the steps that you need in order to become an administrator. So there are four types of initial certification programs that you can take in California from an approved vendor. We'll talk more about approved vendors later. RCFE, which is Residential Care Facility for the Elderly. ARF, which is Adult Residential Facility. GH, which is Group Home. And STRTP, which is Short-Term Residential Therapeutic Program. So the first step is to complete the initial certification training program. How do I find out who teaches the program? On the next slide, I will give you the website link so you can find the list of approved vendors. So to find a list of approved vendors that are approved to teach the initial certification training programs, it'll have a list of them on this website of all the different designations: RCFE, ARF, Group Home, STRTP. You just want to go to that website. I know it's long, but it'll take you directly to the approved vendor list. So then at this point, step two is you've taken the class. They've gave you your certification. So now what you need to do is take and pass the department administered exam within 60 days. So you have 60 days to pass the exam. And just keep in mind, there is an exam for each initial certification course. So I'm sure you'll learn a lot about it in the class. So say you took the initial certification, you went and you took the exam. Then that leads us to step three. You passed the exam with a minimum score of 70%. So within 7 days of taking the exam, you should get your test results within 7 business days. If you don't get them within 7 business days, you can call ACS for your exam results. If you fail the exam, you can retake the test within 60 days of completing your initial training. So within 30 days of receiving the exam results, meaning you pass, you got that 70%, you need to submit an application packet. So the first part of the application packet is Form LIC 9214. Pretty self-explanatory, but this is the first portion of the form, and it gives you instructions on what you need to submit with, along with the application. A very important step of the application process, you want to make sure that you send them a check or money order for $100 along with your application. That's the fee you pay to get your certification to them. And this goes to community care licensing. Another step of the application process is that you want to submit a copy of your certificate of completion along with your application. And then also you want to submit LIC 508, which is a criminal record statement. Also a form that can be found. You can Google the form and you can find it online as well. If your vendor, if the vendor that you took the course through does not provide you with the form, but it's LIC 508. So part of the application process is for you to complete LIC 9163, which is live scan. Just keep in mind, a lot of people think that they have to wait to submit their application until they clear, but this is not true. So don't wait for your live scan results to submit your application. Just go ahead and submit your application packet. And finally, the most important step is you need to mail your application packet to ACS at the mailing address listed here on this slide. And by the way, just in case you didn't know, ACS stands for Administrator Certification Section. This slideshow was created with information from Department of Social Services, Community Care Licensing. Hopefully it was informative, and hopefully you gain a little bit of knowledge on what you need to do to become an administrator in the state of California. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to view this presentation. You can visit us on the web at socaltrainingteam.com for a list of classes, schedules, and trainings. You can also reach out to us via email at support@socaltrainingteam.com. And make sure you take the time out of your day to also follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and more. It's always socaltrainingteam.com. All right, guys. Thanks.